It's one of the most incredible stories in the entire animal kingdom, and it's hiding in plain sight, probably in our own homes. Today, we're going to uncover the secret history of the cat.
So take a look at your cat. Maybe it's curled up on the sofa right now, just the absolute picture of domestic bliss. But that little creature has a backstory that's millions of years in the making, a wild journey from apex predator to pampered pet. So how on earth did it get there? To really get that answer, we have to go back to its roots. Long before we get to the house cat, we need to understand the huge, wild family that it belongs to.
Okay, get this. The cat family, known as Felidae, is way more diverse than you might think. Right now, there are 37 distinct species of wild cats out there on the planet. 37!
And the variety is just stunning. This one family includes the roaring big cats, what they call the pantherines, like the super powerful African lion you see here. But it also includes these much smaller, stealthier hunters like the ocelot. The difference in size and strategy is just immense.
But what's truly incredible is just how adaptable they are. From scorching hot deserts to dense, humid forests, wildcats have managed to conquer pretty much every habitat on Earth. In evolutionary terms, they are one of the most successful predator families, period.
So where did this amazing family even get its start? For that, we gotta rewind the clock way, way back.
So the trail really begins about 65 million years ago with these little tree-dwelling mammals called miacids. Think of them as the prototype. Fast forward to 34 million years ago, and we get Proaelurus, which literally means first cat. But the real breakthrough moment comes 20 million years ago with Pseudoaelurus, the pseudocat, because this is the common ancestor to every single feline alive today.
But hang on, I know what you're thinking. What about the most famous prehistoric cat of all, the saber-toothed cat? Well, here's a little twist for you. They are not a direct ancestor of your house cat. They were an incredible but totally extinct side branch of the family tree. Think of them more like an evolutionary cousin.
And this cousin was an absolute force of nature. This is Smilodon. With canine teeth up to 6 inches long, it was hunting massive prey like mammoths. But being so specialized was also its downfall. When its giant food source died out, so did the saber-toothed cat, vanishing for good around 11,000 years ago.
Okay, so with the saber-tooths off on their own separate branch, let's look at how the main line, the one that leads to all the cats we know today, just exploded into its own diverse family tree. What happened next was like an evolutionary sprint. Around 10.8 million years ago, the pantherines, the big cats, were the first to split off. Then, in a really quick burst, 5 more distinct groups popped up, giving us the ancestors of ocelots, lynx, and pumas. And then finally, just 3.4 million years ago, the newest branch appeared on the tree, the one that would eventually lead right to the domestic cat. Just think about that for a second. You have all these different evolutionary paths branching out, creating all this amazing wildcat diversity we see today. But out of all of them, only one, just one, was destined for a very unique partnership with us.
And this brings us to the final, and maybe the most fascinating part of the entire story, the domestication deal.
Our story shifts to about 10,000 years ago, in a place called the Fertile Crescent. This is where humans really started to settle down, started farming, and, this is the key part, started storing huge amounts of grain. And you know what comes with big piles of grain? Rodents. A lot of them. This created a perfect situation. For humans, the wildcats that showed up were the best pest control you could ask for. And for the cats, well, these new human villages were basically an all-you-can-eat buffet that was also safe from the elements. It was a win-win. A perfect deal.
Now, this is the craziest part of the story. Unlike dogs or cows, we didn't go out and capture and tame cats. They kind of domesticated themselves. The source material says it perfectly. The first true house cats probably selected themselves. The bolder cats, the ones who are a little less scared of people, were the ones who got the food and thrived. Basically, they chose to move in with us.
And it was this totally unique partnership that transformed one of the world's most effective solitary hunters into a beloved companion. From a wild predator to a pet, it's a journey that's really unlike any other in the animal kingdom.
Which, leaves us with one last big question to chew on. When you look at this incredible history, this story of a predator that decided to live alongside us completely on its own terms, you just have to ask, did we really domesticate the cat? Or did it, in its own brilliant way, domesticate us?